Hello, class. We're going to work on our news broadcasts today. As you know, in a radio show, there are a variety of news broadcasts. One type of news is national news. National news, of course, happens in the United States. It usually has to do with politics or science, a new invention, a new vaccine, very important information. Another type of news is international news. The same basic topics, but in a different country, anywhere but the United States. The last type of news I'm going to have you look at is called social news. Social news is news that is not groundbreaking in a political or scientific way. It is about a new movie, a new play, the World Series, the Olympics, anything of that nature. What we need is this book, Children's History of the 20th Century. You will find enough copies of this in the school library. In this book, there are year-by-year overall reviews of the events that happened in the world as we know it. Now, what I want you to do is open your book up to page number 198. On page 198, you're going to see three events. We have Boxing Baby Beats the Champ. That's about Muhammad Ali. That's over here. We have Nelson Mandela is sent to prison in the middle. And then just over to the side of it is Equal Rights at Last, where Martin Luther King is watching President Johnson sign the Civil Rights Act in 1964. The Civil Rights Act would be considered a national event. Nelson Mandela being sent to prison would be considered an international event. And Muhammad Ali, known as Cassius Clay, would be considered a social event. You're going to write down the what, the where, the when, and then you're going to write down 5 facts about that event. Later, you will take those 5 facts and you will write a broadcast of 30 to 45 seconds, approximately 8 to 10 sentences, that explain what happened with you there as the reporter. You are there live on the scene talking about what you are watching. You are watching Lyndon Johnson signed into law the Civil Rights Act. You are there on the scene in Africa watching Nelson Mandela being accused and sent to prison. You are there at the ringside watching Cassius Clay, future Muhammad Ali, getting the championship belt. So now go to your Google Docs, open up the news broadcast template. You're going to see 3 events: national, international, social. You need to pick an event from a year that your musician was active. So if your musician was playing between 1960 and 1970, this would be an excellent choice. You have to write these broadcasts as if you were there. Now let's get to work.